Hey Peter, great to be talking to you today.
Hey Matt, good to see you.
What are the factors Cloud.com sees as the driving force behind hybrid cloud adoption?
There's certain workloads that for some reason, security, compliance, ownership, control, you want in your data center, whereas there's other applications where you gain the benefit of the elasticity and scale that you have in a public data center. We have a customer that they run their business in Amazon. That is where the workload's going to happen because of scale and unpredictability and things along those lines. Yet as they hit a plateau of stability, or they're doing their initial development where they don't need that constant flexibility, they want to be able to have the same environment in-house for cost control or different types of flexibility or in some cases it makes more sense for them. So that's one aspect of where hybrid is important.
What's the importance of open source in the maturation of the cloud?
Look at the pioneers in the cloud. Amazon, GoGrid, Rackspace, all of these guys, they're built on common open source frameworks, right? They're built on Linux, they're built on Citrix XenServer, or in many cases even just open source Zen. It enables them to basically not only innovate on an open platform, but also take a little bit of control and differentiate versus other cloud providers that are out there. And when you look at the same wave that you had with regards to the transition from colo to real services hosting, it's that transition from services hosting to the cloud is going to be enabled or embraced by open source. And that's one aspect of it, why open source is important. The second point I would make is open source is also focused on driving communities and collaboration that enable standards, which is why OpenStack is absolutely crucial to the successful movement of open source in the cloud, because with common frameworks, right, you get common platforms. Common platforms yield openness and eliminate the walled gardens. Everybody talks about supporting an Amazon API. Well, that's irrelevant if you don't have an Amazon infrastructure, right? And the reality is most people don't have an Amazon infrastructure because it's hard to guess. Amazon doesn't make that public. So the first thing you have to do before you have an API is to have a common framework. OpenStack's driving the common framework, which will drive, in turn, common APIs, which in turn eliminate the walled gardens and enable us to actually create a truly open cloud.
Along those lines, what are some key partnerships driving Cloud.com's growth?
Sure. So I mentioned a couple. RightScale has definitely been a great partner as hybrid cloud emerges. We've done a lot of work with them, and OpenStack in the same sense. And OpenStack already you have 60 vendors associated with that. We partner with companies across the gamut from for service providers, things like billing from Zora. Networking, we have Cisco and Arista and F5 and Juniper and a number of different players there that we're partnered up with to drive this stuff forward. There's everywhere from storage vendors, Gluster, Nexenta, and NetApp. Each and every one of these customers has an incremental piece in the cloud. There's nobody that has the full stack, and if anybody tells you they do, they're crazy, because people want that flexibility. The Microsoft model of old where you can have everything from one vendor definitely does not exist in the cloud. And so in order for this stuff to truly evolve and truly mature, we're working with a number of partners out there. And I think we continue to build our ecosystem. We've got a number up on our website today, and I would expect that over the next few weeks you're going to see us launch a number of new partners as well.
All right, great stuff. Well, listen, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
I appreciate the time. It's always fun talking to you.